Well, howdy, howdy, I'm Dennis at KingMakerForex.com. You are about to see the disaster trade of this entire authentication trial. Everybody loves a train wreck. I was going to wait until I recovered from this before posting this video, but then I thought, well, they'll think I made this all up when it's over. So rather than do that, and I want to be honest with people about what's going on. This was a trade where I literally fell asleep on the trade, and I was cocky and did not put in a stop loss, okay? So it'll be a great challenge for Kingmaker to recover from this, but that's what Kingmaker tools are for. As well as making profit, they're also to help you recover from a bad trade. Okay, here's the offending criminal. And first I'm going to drag down and show you the account number. Not that you would doubt this, because it's really horrible. But anyway, there's the account number. Drag it back up so you can see this awful trade that we're looking at. And that entry right there, that's a short entry. And this did not get better, folks. It got worse and worse. Let me scroll across. By the way, this trade took place on Labor Day, Monday night, 9/1/14 at 9:07 p.m. Eastern Time. And when you look at the history, which I'm going to show you, you'll notice that it's Mountain Time, so you got to add 2 hours to that. Okay, I'm going to scroll across and show you how it continued to get worse, because when I woke up and saw how much trouble I was in, I decided to just let it run. I looked at some Kingmaker things and realized that it would eventually come back. You see how it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm going to, well, let me pull this down a little bit. I'm running out of space to show you. Can I move this down? Yes. There, that's beautiful. Okay, drag that across. Now I got to move it up again to show you. That trade started at 1:13.56. You can see that right now, and today is the 3rd of September 2014, and it's about 6:49 p.m. Eastern Time. It is now at 1:14.26. I got in at 1:13.56. So we're talking 40, right now we're about 60 or 70 pips down, which is for a total being down is $196.95. Ignore the percent thing over here whenever you see it, because that's based on where this account started. But when I started the authentication trials, I dumped everything out of the account and reset it to $1,000. Okay, so if you're looking at that profit percent, it doesn't mean a thing. Okay. Let me now show you the history so you see that, not that anybody would doubt that, but I'm going to show you the history anyway. Drag it down, show you the account number. There's the account number. Let's pull it up a bit. Let me see if I'm 9-1, did I say? Yeah, 9-1. Okay, there you go. We're in the Swiss franc yen pair, and you can see right there I sold it. And let me drag it across, and so that you can follow. Oh, that thing just comes right after my mouse. Okay, you don't see any loss yet because I haven't closed the trade. Okay, and I can't remember. Yeah, I did show you the account number on this. Okay, on this screen here. Okay, now let me show you how I plan to recover, okay? And that'll be, I'm going to go over here to my TD Ameritrade account and the Thinkorswim platform, which is where we trade Kingmaker. Stand by. Okay, here we are at Thinkorswim on my TD Ameritrade account. And first, let me clearly define the problem. Well, it's actually a question and a problem. First off, I am now roughly, I think, about 200 or 180 bucks down on a $1,000 account on a short trade. And by the way, in case I forget, you're looking here at a daily chart right now. And this line going across is actually an alert I have, but it's very close to my entry. It's set at 113.60. My entry was 113.56 short. So the question is, do I take this hit and just rebuild, or do I hold on in expectation that it's going to come back my way and make me green, or at least a lot less red? So I fired up Kingmaker Emerald Divergence, and here's what I got. I'm going to draw a line across here. Okay, there's the line, that dark line right there. The line below, the red one, is the money maker or zero line. And actually, while I was making this video, it broke through that line, so it's broken through resistance. It could keep going up. However, hold on, I drew the wrong line. I'm sorry, hold on. Yeah, I thought that was kind of fast for it to blow through resistance just while I was making the video. Alright, so you can see it's still below that line. Now, just because that line is there doesn't mean it can't blow through. As you can see, it blows through. But let me show you why that line is there right quick. If I can make sure I grab the right part of this. You scroll it across, and it's not dragging for me. Oh, here it goes. And you can see that the line was set up kind of as, at certain peaks. Alright, well, that would be like the next resistance level, okay? So, that was an encouraging sign, and that's helping me decide. And now, there was something more important, something else I saw, and I'm going to show you that now, which is really what has finally made up my mind on this. And what this is called Kingmaker Starlight. And that's this thing down here, okay? Now, as you can't really see here, but right here is the end of price. And you can see that Starlight is running out like this into the future. And I'm sure you've seen an algorithm like this someplace, but it's a very complex algorithm to write. And that's not how Kingmaker writes it. Okay, the way it is in Kingmaker, it's 4 simple lines of code, and to kind of put it in context, it's like if you had 2 words on one side of an equation and 2 words on the other side. That's what each line is like. So it's so simple, you can modify it to be either more into the future or less into the future. You can tighten it or lengthen it, okay? Very easy to do. And what's of interest here to me is the behavior of this one. This is the end of price right here. And, oh, they're notifying me something on Thinkorswim. Okay, whatever that was about. Anyway, that's the end of price, okay? And what I'm looking at is the behavior of that blue and kind of purple or plum-colored plot versus the red and green plot. And the purple and blue plot is just not that steep at this point. I could, of course, get this wrong and be in deeper trouble than I am already, but I don't think so. This plot is not as steep as the future plot of the red and green, which means an intersect is about to happen here. How far, I don't know. You know, it could happen quite suddenly. It could take a week. I could be stuck on this for a week. So I have to value being stuck for a week versus how much money I could make if I just dumped right now and took the hit and came back. Well, that would mean a 20% gain in 1 week, and that's doable with Kingmaker, but I don't want to go there. I just don't want to do it. I think I'll just hang on. That's the bottom line. Let me zoom in on this chart so you can get a better view of Starlight and its behavior relative to price. So I got to move things around. Stand by. Okay, right now we are right here. It is September 3rd, 2014. It's about 7:20 p.m. Eastern Time. And what you want to notice down here is how this lower plot, the red and green, has suddenly begun to zoom upwards. And if we scroll back, and I am going to scroll back for you, Notice how that signals an intersect with that blue and purple starlight plot. Just scrolling back, and get to show you a really good one someplace here. Okay, you see how this suddenly jetted up like that, and it signaled a downtrend. I think there's an even better one here if I can just squeeze it in. Well, you can't see all of it, but it's running up that way, and you see how it signaled that downtrend there. So I'm looking at that, and this is reaching out into the future. So when is that intersect going to happen? Because once blue and purple come down to it, the downtrend is in progress. That could happen very fast. It could take a day or two, or as I said before, it could take a bit longer. Also, the blue and purple outfit there are turning south, and they started turning south right about where we are now. So, you know, and that doesn't mean anything. It could snap back north. Like I say, I could be wrong on this, but at this point, it is worth the gamble, which is pretty much, well, it's part gamble and it's part science. Remember, I only have to get back to right here at that level of that line right there to be even, to get out flat. But that's not the plan. That is not the plan. Actually, what this is signaling is maybe a 100 pip drop. You know, I think this thing could shed 100 or 200 pips sometime in the next few days or within a week, certainly. So I'm looking to take them for about 100 pips. That's the bottom line. So I'm standing pat and aiming to get out around 112.89, which would be right around in this range right here, a little lower. There we are. So stand by and stay tuned. The saga continues on this trade. I'm Dennis at KingMakerForex.com. Good luck to you out there, and don't fall asleep, and don't forget to set your stop losses in the future. Remember, I never take any blame here. This is all the fault of this pair, the Swiss franc yen pair. I do not take any responsibility. It's bad for morale. All right, we'll be back at you soon.